Welcome, everyone, to People on Dating. I'm your host, Will Morales. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about the ups and downs of dating and how to navigate through it. Today, my guest is Chancellor K Jackson, who was born in Fulton County, Georgia, to Native American parents. Grew up in Smyrna, Georgia, and attended Stetson University. For 9 years, he played football at high school and collegiate level. After graduating with a Bachelors Degree in Communications and Media Studies, Chancellor lived abroad in China from 2018 to 2019. Chancellor fell into writing about his traumatic experience of being arrested and detained in Beijing for 14 days. His first book, 14 Days in Beijing, has ranked #1 over 15 times on Amazon in multiple genres. Chancellor had also released a romance saga about a man's first step towards gaining emotional intelligence titled You Love and You Learn, and Real Love Never Dies, which is now available on Amazon. Chancellor, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. How are you, sir?
Hey, man. Blessings and balance to you, Will. Blessings and balance to everyone that's tuning in right now. I appreciate you for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. So first of all, Chancellor, how did you get to this point today? What was Chancellor's journey like? Tell us those steps that you went through. What was that aha moment that brought you here today?
Man, my whole journey has been pretty consistent as far as taking on challenges, and those challenges pretty much rest behind goals that I have set for myself. But nothing comes easy. Nothing has came easy. So everything I accomplished, you know what I'm saying, I had to really, really show the universe I was worthy of accomplishing and experiencing whatever it is that I was trying to pursue. So football was the very first love, very first passion, but I didn't get to start playing it until I was 13 years old. So I'm in 8th grade. Most people I know been playing football since they was 4 and 5. So
right.
They've been playing a whole lot longer, a lot more experience and development, physically and mentally, as far, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the game. That I like severely. So anybody just to catch up to speed. Once I caught up, and I'm rolling with now, I'm doing my thing, but now I got to work my way up the rankings, trying to play on varsity. So freshman year played on the freshman team, sophomore year played on JV. Junior year, I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to play varsity. So that's what I'm striving for. Coaches ain't really see it fit, and they put me back on JV. So this was the second test of seeing how bad I wanted to play football and how much I love football. And I decided to just put my head down and keep grinding, and was going crazy. You know what I'm saying, on JV my junior year. Then they moved me up to varsity, picked off the #1 quarterback in the nation at the time, and I was able to finish out my senior year starting on varsity. But okay, I got to play my whole senior year on varsity, but I want to play college football when it's all said and done. But I really ain't got no interest, no scouts, nothing going on, because I really ain't got no film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's another dilemma I'm having to deal with. Of, you know what I'm saying, always wanted to play college football since I started playing football, and I wanted to play at the D1 level. I'm not really pressed to play at the D1 level. I'm just trying to get my foot in the door anywhere. Anybody that's willing to bet on me, for sure, let's do it. So it wasn't like my coaches in high school were pushing me or promoting, you know what I'm saying, vast majority of our team's highlight tapes to other programs. No. So unless you was doing it yourself, it wasn't going to happen for you, Captain. So I took it upon myself to push myself to market myself towards other schools. I'm emailing coaches, DMing coaches on Twitter, DMing coaches on Facebook. Like, you hearing from me, you know what I'm saying, from D1 all the way down to NAIA. And I did this for months, faithfully. Ended up applying to Stetson University. The only reason why I applied, because I went to their football camp the summer going into my senior year of high school. So I'm like, okay, well, I enjoyed the camp. Let me apply to the school. I got accepted to the school, got a bunch of academic scholarships. So I was like, hey, I reached out to the coaches like, hey, bro, y'all remember me from the camp? I just got accepted to the school, got a bunch of scholarships. I'm going to be down there on the academic visit. I love to meet with y'all, you know what I'm saying, to make it happen. Or at least just to chop it up, you know what I'm saying, if anything. It was like, okay, for sure, we can do that. So went through all of that. Time passed, and I'm back home. I get a message from one of my partners from the neighborhood. He's like, "Hey, bro," he sent me a screenshot of Stetson's roster. Saying, "Hey, bro, you on the roster, bro? You made the team." Like, da da da. Wow. So I go to the website. I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." There I was, number 29. So I was like, "Damn, bro, that's crazy, bro." I'm just in straight disbelief. Like, boy, hey, you getting ready to play D1 college football? Well, something you always wanted to do, bro, and it wouldn't have been possible if you ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't put forth effort, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't have faith in yourself. You wouldn't have happened. So, hey, congrats on that, boy. We got our foot in the door for sure. Take your hat off for that. But the work is just going to begin.
It's true. It's
football and it's D1, so it's business. So, of course, I enter fall camp as a freshman. I'm on anybody's radar. Nobody knows who I am. I'm at the bottom of this totem pole, essentially. Yeah. But I'm going crazy. Fall camp, I earned the starting spot on a nickel package on defense. First game of the season, my first time stepping on the field as a college football player. I made the tackle, forced a fumble, and recovered it, all in the same play.
Nice.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it was such an out-of-body experience. I was like, I can't even believe I just made a play like that, bro. I don't even know what just happened. It just happened so fast, you know what I'm saying? Cuz just crossed my face. I just jumped on his back, ripped the ball out, fell on the ball. I'm just like, now I am standing with the ball in my hand. I don't even know what just happened. Like, damn, bro, I can't believe I just did that. And after that play, I didn't touch the field the rest of that season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Couldn't even tell you why. I wasn't like I went to the coaches and, you know what I'm saying, to see what was going on. Nah, I stopped doing all that in high school. I don't even finna go talk to them folks. And we in college now, I dare now. Whatever reasons they got, that's their reason. I know I'm doing everything in my power I'm doing right. So, hey, man, I just got to trust the process. So, yeah, I ain't played the rest of that season. Was able to play as a sophomore, mainly on special teams, same junior year. And then senior year of college, that's when I was finally able to start at my position, you know what I'm saying, for the season. So it was very similar to high school all over again. So with that being said, once the last game of the season came for me, I was like, hey, boy, this is it. I already knew college football was going to be, this is going to be the last bit of football I'm going to play, unless it's just intramurals or like club, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, the league is not happening. Straight on the league. I had to deal with too much adversity and too many politics in high school and college. I can only imagine at the very professional level when it's strictly business. Yeah, I'm good on that. Right. I played Division I football. That was really one of the biggest goals I wanted to do. Hey, man, I'm content with that. Millions of high school football players want to play college at the next level and at this level. Some of us get the opportunity to. Not all of us finish. So it's like, even then, like, okay, you did something a lot of people wanted to do, ain't get a chance to do. And it was also a lot of people that was able to do the same thing you did, but also they ain't even finish. So the fact that you didn't finish, bro, you done did something you always want. Hey, boy, clap, give yourself a pat on the back, bro. Like, you deserve praise for accomplishing something that you put your mind towards. Yeah. But now that is coming to an end, if I identified as a football player, student athlete for so long, who are you? What's next? What's in store? What do you want out of life? Who do you aspire to be? What do you even like to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you even like to do? Like, I have no clue. Well, I got to re-identify myself all over again now. I got to find a whole new identity. So I just started applying for jobs, and that took me, and I was mainly applying for corporate positions, sales, marketing, management, that whole nine. Yeah. I'm landing interviews. I'm talking about they flying me out, putting me up in hotels, the whole nine. And I just couldn't seem to land a position. I did this whole process for 8 months. So it's like, you see the repeat, you see the pattern. It's like, okay. It ain't just gonna give it to me. Universe is not gonna give me anything. You know what I'm saying? I gotta work and show that I really want whatever it is that I say I want. So I did this process about 8 months. I'm back home. I done graduated. Like, bro, I didn't do everything the quote unquote textbook way, and I still got the short end of the stick. Like, bro, what's going on? But at the same time, like everybody that's told you no, it's been a no for a reason. Either it ain't the right fit for you, or it's something better in store. So with that being said, you got to keep going, keep pushing. Shit, you got told a million times, trying to start in football, you know what I'm saying? But you kept going and you finally got to start. You wanted to play college football. You got told no a million times, but somebody finally told you yes. So it's gonna be the same thing with this job. Somebody gonna say yes. You gotta stay down and trust the process. First job to tell me yes, on the other side of the world, teaching English to children. First job to tell me yes. So it's like, if ands or buts about it, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is where we going. Right. So I'll go out there. China is the best experience ever. I finally feel like I'm reaping a lot of the benefits I've been sowing for years now. You know what I'm saying? It's the best. I'm loving the experience. I'm loving the people. People, very, very nice. Best customer service I've ever received, hands down. I enjoy working with the kids. I'm mainly working with kids as young as 3 years old up to 14, but mainly working with the elementary school age range. So we playing nothing but games essentially in class. So that's nothing but I'm just matching their energy then. So we lit every day. We lit in class. So I enjoyed that aspect. I enjoyed the food, natural, authentic Chinese food.
Yeah.
boy, game changing. No cap. And it's healthy for you, but game changer, no cap.
Right.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Exploring Beijing, bro. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in a whole different world, essentially. So it don't matter. Whatever you do, it's going to be an adventure. The smallest thing you can think of, going to the bank. Think about going to the bank in China. You don't look like them people. You don't speak their language. It's going to be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to be a challenge. But you know what I'm saying? If you're open-minded and that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, gets you going, oh man, it's an experience of a lifetime. So I encourage everybody to travel abroad. But you can only get exposed to so much when you travel. You know what I'm saying? You're only going to be there for a few days, a week, if that. Man, if you could live abroad someplace else, I always say that, bro. Live abroad someplace else. You don't got to be that long. I lived in China for 6 months, and I got a full experience of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't got to be no place long and go someplace you've always been fond of. You always been interested in experiencing. It's going to make the experience that much better. You're going to learn a lot about yourself and life, most importantly. So I was supposed to do a year. I only ended up doing 6 months because I got locked up out there. Yeah. And did 14 days in a Beijing penitentiary. I was locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 men to one cell, 9 wooden beds, 3 soups a day. All I had literally was 1 plastic bowl and 1 plastic spoon for 14 days straight. And I'm here to tell you I did 14 days. As you read the book, you have no clue what's going on. You done just got arrested in your side of your apartment. And now you after hours and hours, you at the facility where you've been housed that nothing has been explained to you as far as how this process works, what's going to take place next, what are the rules of the jail, how this jail even operates. You don't know nothing. Yeah, just been threw you in this cell. Nobody knows you in here with a plastic bowl and a spoon with 14 other Chinese men, none of which you could barely speak to. And you just left to make sense of the situation yourself and try to figure out yourself. And every day is just, you just learn as you go until one day they just finally call your name. Like, hey, come on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, once I was released, deported from the country, I'm back in America. And it's just like it's square one all over again when football came to end. Like, all right, what's next? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm back to square one all over again. I was like, damn, bro. But the difference between now, at least at this point, versus before, once college ended, once football ended, I ain't have no experience in anything aside from football. Now I'm like, well, you got experience teaching kids on the other side of the world, bro. That's going to open up doors. So I was like, you need to continue to utilize that. So I did. I'm still in education. I just fell into coach football. I'm just out there watching, like, hey, what you trying to coach? I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to do. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I ain't opposed to it. Now I'm going into year 5 of me coaching high school football. Started writing 14 Days in Beijing that summer. I got back. Took me 4 months to write it. additional 6 months to get it ready for publishing. And while I was still on pre-sale, I was ranked the #1 new bestseller in 3 different genres. Fell into coaching at-risk teens. Yeah. So kids that got arrested in my county for drugs or just doing hot stuff, we use 14 days in Beijing as a part of our life lessons to pull our life skills from. So that's been a vibe, you know what I'm saying? It's a story that they can relate to, you know what I'm saying, for sure. And they love it. And then just started writing the other romance novels, the other books in my series. You Love Me, Learn, Real Love Never Dies. I own my own publishing company, which all my books are published through and my services ran through. And that service is coaching aspiring authors. So anybody out there that has a story or concept, at least an idea or a concept for a story, but don't know how to go about putting it on paper, tap in, boy. Or say you've already written a story, but don't know how to go about publishing it. Tap in with your boy. I can walk you through either process or both of them, need be. So yeah, and in addition to all of that, I got a car rental service. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just running a couple now. You know what I'm saying? I was posing to myself when football ended, and once I first got back from China, I could sit here and answer all of them in depthly now and tell you exactly who I am and what I got going on, and you know what I'm saying, what's my purpose here in this world. So yeah, man, just continue to lay down this foundation and run these marathons, man, until I get established. That's it.
Well, I mean, that's an amazing story. And today's topic I wanted to talk, and I want you to touch base on it, is that you love, you learn, and real love never dies. So how did you come up with that concept? What was it about when you came up with that title? Because that title definitely intrigued me. And I said, boy, when we got online and we talked about having you on the show, talk more about that concept about you love, you learn, and real love never dies. What was it about that title or that phrase that got you? Yeah,
so pretty much what inspired those 2 books were just all the success from 14 Days in Beijing.
Yeah.
For sure. And a lot of the feedback, at least, you know what I'm saying, I had 2 sources that were pivotal inspirations to writing that series. And one of them was the same individual that inspired me to write 14 Days. One of my partners I grew up with here in Atlanta. He was a published author before we graduated high school in 2014. So he was like, hey, bro, you should write a book about the experience you getting locked up in China. I was like, damn, that's a good ass idea. I don't even know where to start, but that's a great idea. So he pretty much what I do now, coaching aspiring authors, he just did for me at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? So and once 14 Days was out and it's going crazy, he's like, hey, you need to go ahead and start writing the romance saga next. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I ain't even trying to do all that. But the other source was a lot of women that was reading 14 Days in Beijing. They kept asking me, okay, I read the book, I enjoyed it, and you talk about this girlfriend of yours, you know what I'm saying, at least this girlfriend you had at that point in time, you talk about her all throughout the book, but you don't ever get to talk to her, you know what I'm saying, while you're arrested, while you're incarcerated. Then once you get out of jail, that's the end of the book. So what happened with you and old girl? We want to know that tea. How that story play out? So that was another source, you know what I'm saying? So okay, like I said, females want to know what happened between, you know what I'm saying, what happened with that story. My partner been telling me to write it just because 14 Days is going crazy. But I'm still not sold on wanting to write it. I'm all good. What sold me it was months later. I was doing research on just the best-selling genres. And when I saw romance at the top of the list, it was no ifs, ands, and buts about it after that.
You had to get it. You had to get to it.
I said, hey, boy, send me an outline. But come on, let's come on with it then. But that's all I needed. And pretty much, I'm just telling you love, you learn, and real love never dies. It's just like 14 Days in Beijing. It's another real life story that I experienced, but it's pretty much my first step towards gaining emotional intelligence. Prior to that relationship, that was my only real serious relationship forever, and we dated for 2 years and some change. But prior to that, I was just, man, a rolling stone, honestly. Just a rolling stone. I really wasn't exposed to love or fulfilling healthy relationships. You know what I'm saying? My mama been married multiple times. My papa, rolling stone. He got multiple kids, multiple baby mamas. Even them. both of them grew up with both parents in the household, yet you would think, okay, y'all both grew up with both parents in the household, but yet y'all love life isn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Isn't what you would think it should be. And I'm curious as to why that's the case. As you know what I'm saying, I'm just connecting dots now as an adult. I'm like, okay, my dudes have been married multiple times. Pops, he a Rolling Stone, but y'all both grew up with both y'all parents in the household. So what was my grandparents' relationship like? What was their dynamic like? Was it really that healthy, or was it toxic for y'all to be how y'all are now? Even all the siblings my parents have. My mama, she got 5 other siblings. There's 6 kids total of them. Out of all 6 kids, 1 is married. Everybody else single, kids out of wedlock, the whole 9. So I just never was exposed to it. I didn't see that growing up. That's just it ain't exist to me. And then I ain't really started becoming attractive to females until I started playing football. Once I started playing football, I lost the baby fat, started getting swole, started growing my hair. Oh yeah, I just grew up. Oh yeah. They noticing me now. But it's like I wasn't used to having female attention. So it's just like I'm just like playing football at 13 years old. Now I'm just now getting girls at 13 years old. It's a lot I gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? I gotta catch up. So yeah, I was just a Rolling Stone all the way up to my junior year of college. And that's when I finally was like, all right, yeah, I want to settle down and I want to try to see what that is like. Let me give it a try. And finally got a chance to experience it, and it was absolutely harmonious. It was absolutely harmonious. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's why the title You Love and You Learn. I learned a lot when it came to just love in general, because I had no knowledge of it whatsoever. Just knowing how to love. I mean, I can give love all day, every day, but receiving love, that's something that's
different, right?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of men struggle with. And just, you know what I'm saying, all other aspects that come with emotional intelligence, communication, and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talk about more about that. I'm talking with Chancellor Jackson, and talk more about emotional intelligence, because I started hearing that phrase, to be honest with you, Chancellor, maybe a year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
So talk more about that. Like how do you get it? Or is it something learned over years? Like, how did you go about that process about getting emotional intelligence?
And like I said, man, I didn't know what the hell I was doing at first. I'm just experimenting, you know what I mean? And it took the whole 2-year experience for me to gain intelligence when it comes to just handling emotions, using your emotions effectively. And that's just something that a lot of men lack. You know what I'm saying? We live in a hyper masculine society. It's not appropriate for this boy to be sitting here crying or showing too many emotions. Now, okay, we side-eyeing him a little bit now. He's like, okay, well, you a little too soft. You know what I'm saying? We grew up like that in that toxic mental, you know what I'm saying, disorder. So it's no surprise why a lot of us men are just out of touch with our sensitive side, or just, you know what I'm saying? Being vulnerable, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. And some people are, you know what I'm saying, naturally are like that. They wear their heart on their sleeves. I got a lot of partners that are like emotional, like they wear their heart on their sleeves and they ain't got no problem showing it. But that's also seen as weak towards somebody that ain't really looking at you like that. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that too. Yeah, I heard that too.
They ain't really looking at you like that. Oh, okay. That's kind of awkward and stuff. So it's just trial and error, man. You gotta experience it for yourself, and you gotta work your way. You just gotta be open-minded, be willing to receive, be considerate, be selfless. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? It's a full-time job, boy. I can't. Folks that's married and been married for years, hey, but that ain't easy. That ain't easy, for real. And they'll tell you it is not easy. I got plenty. All my coaches that I coach with, vast majority of them married, got kids. Man, just hearing them, you know what I'm saying, talk about just like the everyday things they have to deal with as a husband, as a father, as, you know what I'm saying, to provide all of that. It's a full-time job, man. It takes a toll. But you know what I'm saying, you find somebody that you rock with and y'all on that same type of time, y'all got good chemistry, good vibrations, a great rapport, and y'all work well together as a team, man. And
Yeah, magic can happen. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
it's a sweet deal. It's a sweet deal, but you know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid to put yourself out there and to make yourself vulnerable. You're gonna get hurt. That's what will come with it. You gotta be willing to accept the good and bad that come with love. Love is you know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to take the good and bad that comes with it. And when that bad does come, you know what I'm saying, don't let it put a sour taste in your mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm
I'm getting what you mean by you love, you learn, and real love never dies. Because again, some women see us or see certain men that it might be too emotional as weak. So it's like you got to keep your feelings in. You can't be upset. Things can never go wrong in front of them because they're gonna see you a different way. So when we talk about love, Chancellor, if you go through a bad breakup and now, you might not see the opposite sex the way you did before, how do you get back on track again? How you get back on that horse? How do you learn to love again?
Yeah, the healing process ain't going to be a breeze. It's going to be a process. It ain't going to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be ugly. It might take you a month. It might take you a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do to get yourself back in order, to be put yourself in a position like that again. Because like I said, for somebody that has not done that at all whatsoever, to finally do it, man, that takes a lot for somebody to finally let them open themselves up to, especially for a man. It takes a lot for a man to fully open himself up to this woman and give her everything. And then you doing it, and you get used to doing it. Yeah. And then it gets to a point where that's no longer the case. Okay. And now it's just like, it's like, damn, like, man, this is why I didn't allow myself to get this deeply involved. This is why, you know what I'm saying? Just when things don't go as planned. Now here I am dealing with a whole nother level of hurt and pain. You know what I'm saying? That I already had a feeling of what it would be like, and now I have to sit here and endure it. But you know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? The gaining the intelligence. You need to know the good and bad. Love ain't just good. Like I said, those couples that's been married for 20, 30 years, boy, hey, they're good and bad. Hey, that spectrum probably like this here, but that good should outweigh that bad just a little bit for them still to be together. Or they just rock, or they just both afraid of, you know what I'm saying, trying to find other people getting back into the dating world, so they just dealing with it, putting up with each other. But yeah, man, it's a journey, and like I went through this at 21 through about 23 years old. Yeah. Through this phase. And I was grateful for it. Truly, truly, truly grateful. I grew a lot. I feel like I love harder now, for sure. I ain't been back in a relationship since, but you know, I got that experience and the awareness. And so I'm just working my main focus is my businesses and everything I got going on. That's my primary focus right now. So I ain't even worried about too much about the romance and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It'll
come when it does, right?
People come, people go. It's changed like the season. So I got to keep running this marathon because, you know what I'm saying, when I'm gone, that's the only thing that's going to be behind with my name on it and people going to remember me by, you know what I'm saying? Not by, you know what I'm saying, who I was dating, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, 2018. So that's my primary focus. But, yeah, man, it's a journey, though. It's a journey. It's been a journey. And Real Love Never Dies, I got that title from it's an R&B singer named BJ the Chicago Kid. He has the song titled Real Love Never Dies. So listen to, you know what I'm saying, been listening to BJ since high school. And I've heard that song way before, like this was in college when I heard this song. So this is years later once I then put the books together, I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna call this? The second book. I'm like, Real Love Never Dies, You Love, You Learn, and those are the main two. Yeah, those are my two titles that I'm like, I can't choose between these two, but I ended up breaking it into 2 books anyway, so I got to use both of them. So it played out perfectly like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's been a journey, bro. It's been a journey.
No, I listen. I definitely hear coming from you. First of all, Chance, I want to thank you so much for being on People on Dating. I mean, my God, your stories that you have. And before I let you go, talk more about your books. Let's talk about the 14 days in Beijing. You came up with it because obviously you spend the time there and all that. When your friend told you to write about it, how did you get that concept in terms of putting it together? Like, how did you learn that process about putting a book together?
Yeah, so man, we was just learning as we was going for real. He went the traditionally published route, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that was 2014 when he did that. Fast forward, it's 2018, so it's 2019 now, so it's 5 years later. Yeah. The publishing game had changed drastically. So I had no clue how to go about writing the book or how I was going to go about publishing it. But I knew first I had to write it, but I didn't even know how I wanted to go about writing it. He took my phone, went to my notes, and left me a brief outline, 5 layers: opening scene, following scene, climax, following scene, closing. Brief, nice. Just like that. Wow. Just like that. And I just took it and I just started filling it in on my phone. And with me filling it on my phone, I caught a flow for how I wanted to tell the story. Right. So then I moved it from my notes on my phone to a Google Doc so I could type it up on the computer. 4 months later, the story was written. And then we fast forward to when I was like, man, I want to write the romance saga now. Same person. I said, hey, bro, send me an outline. This outline was a little bit more lengthier. But I just went in and started filling it in. You know what I'm saying? And it took me 2.5 weeks to write that second, to write the romance novel. I was locked in. I was like, damn, but it's something I've been putting off for so long. But it just shows you how much energy and emotion I still had behind the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I released it all. So it took me 2.5 weeks to write that whole story. And then I just spent the rest of that year just getting it ready, just perfecting it and figuring out how I wanted to publish it. But yeah, that's how I came up with those concepts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna sit here and portray this ultimate poise like I've been had all this figured out. Nah, bro. Everything about my journey, bro, I ain't had none of this figured out, bro. Yeah. I've been just taking shit step by step and then had to battle every emotion behind what I was getting after. Yeah. Every emotion. The only distinguishing quality between me, whoever else is going through this, already went through it, or is finna go through it, is that you're not gonna quit. Yeah. That's the only quality. No, I love it. I love the fact that you didn't quit and you just kept on, as you said, keep on keeping on. Talk more about your consulting side of your business. Yeah. So I started really once 14 days started going crazy. A lot of peers that I knew, you know what I'm saying, started reaching out to me like, hey, bro. Man, I've been wanting to write a book. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people been wanting to write a book. They just had no clue how to go about doing it. So now they see me do it and have success at it. Like, okay, damn, he do it. It got to be a little bit simpler than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people overthink this is this whole this skill or like this field is just this esoteric godlike ability that only the special among us will ever be able to do. I'm like, bro, everybody has a story to tell. Multiple stories at that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And self-publishing has changed the game. Entirely. So honestly, man, and the internet has empowered everybody too. You know what I'm saying? The internet is like the gold rush back in the day when everybody's migrating out west to get in on the gold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The internet is like the internet is that. We're in that era. You know what I'm saying? The internet has empowered everybody. Like, shit can be as big as you want to make it and go as far as you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? It's all dependent up to you. As you're willing to put into it. So once people started seeing success, they reaching out to me with their books or concepts. So I was already editing books early on then, but all those people's books that I was looking over, they ain't really do nothing with it. Now I'm like, there was some good books I was reading. I'm like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what was the deal, why they ain't finna go through with it or what. But we fast forward people are still reaching out. So I was like, all right, let me I got some serious clientele now.
Yeah.
One who's already he published his book in October 16th. It's called The Fatherless Child by Anthony McKinney. It's a drama, a great read, and he was ranked the #1 new bestseller in 2 different genres when he, you know what I'm saying, on his debut. You know what I'm saying? And that was the very first client to actually lock in and finish. And he had success. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look, hey, y'all see now. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This foolproof system. My boy done did it. Hey, we finna go crazy. And that's just his first book. He got a whole series he finna drop. So, you know what I'm saying? We just getting started with him. I'm working with one of my partners, Mama, who's a nurse. She's writing a book about her journey going through the levels of nursing from the bottom all the way up to the top. Another homegirl who's pretty much a memoir biography just about her journey. And she's an entrepreneur now, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. So, you know what I'm saying, just hustling and motivate, man, and encouraging people to share their stories. For real. I got some more partners. They finna start creating sci-fi series. So I'm excited to read them. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm like, that's gonna be interesting right there. That's fully creative writing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be hard. I can't wait to edit those. So yeah, man, that's just it, man. Just trying to work with these people that are serious, so we can get their books on the market, and I'm gonna use them as ambassadors, get it, you know what I'm saying, testimonial videos from these folks, and you know what I'm saying, use them as you know what I'm saying, ambassadors just to promote, you know what I'm saying, Corley Publications LLC. That's a luxury about Corley Publications. We're not no traditional publishing company. We will be a household publishing company for sure, but we be a household publishing company because we thrive in our authors still maintaining all the rights and royalties to their work. We're just here to help you publish it. Once it's published, it'll be published through Corley Publication, but it's still you own it, and all your royalties that you are supposed to get, you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no piece of that. You know what I'm saying? We just want to help you get your story out there. You know what I'm saying? You tell everybody you know, hey man, I was with Corley Publications, bro, and we made it happen. They made it happen. We went crazy. So you continue to just run this marathon, grow that surface. And I know it's going to be it's going to be dramatic. It's going to be dramatic. You know, it's going to be a grind though, just like everything else has been.
Yeah. And if somebody want to get in contact with you, what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, man. The best search engine we got, man, Google Chancellor K Jackson. Google my name. You'll find all my social media platforms, my website, chancellorkjackson.com, other interviews I've done. My books are available on my website as well as Amazon. I also have the audio book for 14 days available on SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. I think that's all the platforms. So and I'm reading it, so you can listen to it. It's a vibe for sure. Yeah, man, y'all just Google me, man. I ain't hard to find at all.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely put it on the show notes. Well, first of all, Chance, I want to say thank you so much for being on People on Dating and taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. Really, really appreciate it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, and I just want to leave y'all with this message. It's about Nipsey Hussle. For y'all don't know who Nipsey Hussle was.
Oh yeah.
He was a famous entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying, serial entrepreneur, but he was known well for his music and for his clothes. But the quote goes, long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own self-destruction or success. But what's a mistake without the lesson? You see, the best teacher in life is your own experience. And none of us know who we are until we fail.
Yeah.
Every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. So who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself?
Yeah.
Whatever you choose to do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong.
Yeah, love it. That's the best way to end the show, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, brother.